Is RFK Jr.'s divisive plan to make America healthy again fearmongering or revolutionary? There's a saying that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is very fond of. He used it on the day he was confirmed as U.S. Health Secretary. A healthy person has 1,000 dreams. A sick person only has one. He said as he stood in the Oval Office, 60% of our population has only one dream, that they get better. The most powerful public health official in the U.S. has made it his mission to tackle what he describes as an epidemic of chronic illness in America, a catch-all term that covers everything from obesity and diabetes to heart disease. His diagnosis that the U.S. is experiencing an epidemic of ill health is a view shared by many healthcare experts in the country. But Kennedy also has a history of promoting unfounded health conspiracies, from the suggestion that COVID-19 targeted and spared certain ethnic groups to the idea that chemicals in tap water could be making children transgender. And after taking office, he slashed thousands of jobs at the Department of Health and Human Services and eliminated whole programs at the Centers for Disease Control, CDC. On the one hand, it's extraordinarily exciting to have a federal official take on chronic disease, says Marion Nestle, a retired professor of public health at New York University. On the other, the dismantling of the federal public health apparatus cannot possibly help with the agenda. Advertisement. Kennedy is reviled by parts of the medical and scientific communities. He was described to me as an evil nihilist by Dr. Amish Adalja, an infectious disease doctor and senior scholar at Johns Hopkins University. But even some of Kennedy's critics accept that he is bringing drive and ambition to areas of healthcare that have been neglected. Is it possible that the man who attracts so much criticism, and in some quarters, hate, might actually start making America healthy again? Advertisement. American kids swimming in a toxic soup. There's one industry that Kennedy had set his sights on long before joining the Trump administration. Multinational food companies have, he has said, poisoned American children with artificial additives already banned in other countries. We have a generation of kids who are swimming around in a toxic soup right now, he claimed on Fox News last year. His first target was food colorings, with a promise to phase out the use of petroleum-based dyes by the end of 2026. Chemicals with names like Green No. 3 and Red No. 40 have been linked to hyperactivity and behavioral issues in children, and cancer in some animal studies. What's happening in this administration is really interesting, says Vani Hari, a food blogger and former Democrat, who is now an influential voice in the Make America Healthy Again (MAHA) movement. MAHA is all about how do we get people off processed food, and one way to do that is to regulate the chemicals companies use. There are some signs this pressure may be paying off. The food giant PepsiCo, for example, said in a recent trading update that Lay's crisps and Tostitos snacks will be out of artificial colors by the end of this year.